And of course, the biggest issue naturally is population. Why are we interested in the global hydrologic cycle at all? Why is it even a concern? Well, the only reason that it's a concern is because of the rapid population growth. In 1800, we had about 1 billion people on Earth. Now we have close to 7 billion. And when you think it took 5 million years of history to reach the 1 billion mark, and how rapidly the increase has been up to 7 billion, you can see what kind of strain that we're putting on water resources right now. So it starts basically with population, and our role has been to produce population projections in the first instance, and then not only to produce population predictions, which have been produced throughout time. I mean, population is one of the things that we have a little bit better information on, I guess you could say, because governments tax their people. They need to know where their people are and how many people that they can tax. So it's pretty clear that population data is some of the better data available. However, it's not available in all countries. It hasn't been collected for a long time. And so what IASA did to begin with was produce regional population estimates and then population projections into the future. And one of the reasons it was easier to produce regional projections rather than local or country scale projections is that they have less correlation or autocorrelation between, we don't really know. I mean, one country certainly will influence its neighboring countries' fertility rates, for instance, and when you see what's going on within a region, they make adjustments. And so it was easier to produce these regional projections, not only in terms of the correlations, but also in terms of the data availability. Things could be lumped together where data wasn't really available. And then what IASA did was take those regional projections and downscale them to national projections, and then further even put them on a 5-minute grid cell for the whole world for watch, so we knew approximately where the population existed and how much it was growing in different areas. So population grows in most of the developed world, the population growth rate is declining, fertility rates are declining, and right now in most of the developed world they're far below replacement levels. And so in the developing world, the developed world, population is starting to decline. It's leveling off and maybe starting to decline in the near future. But in the developing countries, there's still a very rapid population growth. In some cases, the fertility rate is 7, which means there's 7 children per woman being born in some of these areas. And so the population growth rate is still very rapid there, and that's one of the major concerns. The developed world has other concerns, of course, because now the fertility rate is cut down. Population is still growing because of what we call population momentum. So the past generation, which was very large, is still living. They're still having children, so of course the population is still growing even though the fertility rate is low. But as those larger cohorts, we call them, the larger generations die off, then population will start to decline, and in some cases perhaps quite rapidly unless fertility is increased again.